Does State Farm offer flood insurance? That's what we're talking about in today's video. So by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what coverages you can get, what coverages are the best for you, as well as pricing. So let's get started. Hello, my name's Chris Green, president and owner of the Flood Insurance Guru. And more than 12 years ago, I bought a house in a flood zone just like this, where I was told my premiums were going to be $3,000 when they should have been $300. So I've been helping people overcome this same struggle for the last 12 years. Today, we're answering a simple question, that is, does State Farm offer flood insurance? We hear this every day. It's important to understand that State Farm does offer flood insurance. They offer it through the Federal Flood Insurance Program, something called National Flood Insurance Program Direct. This means that your State Farm agent is directly appointed with the federal program or the National Flood Insurance Program. What does this mean for coverages and pricing? Well, this means that the federal government is the one who sets the pricing and the coverages available, not State Farm. So State Farm doesn't have really any control over what's available. They're just providing a solution to you through the federal government. So then let's talk about what coverages are available, like on a residential property like this right here. Well, you've got building coverage up to $250,000 and you got contents coverage up to $100,000. If we're talking about commercial properties, you've got $500,000 on the building and $500,000 on business inventory or business contents coverage. Now, it's important to understand that the Federal Flood Insurance Program does not offer replacement costs on personal contents. So just remember that when you're selecting the amount of coverage that you need for your contents. Now, when it comes to pricing, as I mentioned, this pricing is set by the federal government. So no matter where you go with the National Flood Insurance Program, rates should be the same as long as coverages and deductibles and those things are the same. So if you're visiting with one State Farm agent compared to another, these should be the same. Now, there is an exception here called a policy assumption. And this means maybe as a property owner, you've transferred your policy to someone else, or maybe you've taken over someone else's policy that has a rating that's no longer available. Maybe you're getting a $4,000 rate on a new policy through the Federal Flood Insurance Program, but that customer has like a $600 rate. And this is what used to be called a grandfathered policy. And what happens is these policies generally have rate increases every year, but they're gradually going up instead of getting hit with all that premium at one time. This is called the glide path program through the Federal Flood Insurance Program. Now, doing policy assumptions can be very beneficial. I know, I did one on my property more than 12 years ago where I was able to transfer that $300 rate to a new buyer where they didn't get hit with that $3,000 rate. So how difficult is this process? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You've just got to get a signature from the buyer, a signature from the seller, or the new mortgage information, and generally submit the paperwork to the National Flood Insurance Program, and they can generally have this taken care of for a closing for you in about 5 to 10 business days. So when it comes to coverages and pricing and transferring policies available through State Farm, this is how they do it through the Federal Flood Insurance Program. Now, if you want to learn more about maybe even canceling a federal flood insurance policy, click up here in the corner to see our playlist on cancellation reasons with the Federal Flood Insurance Program. You can also learn about different options with comparing the Federal Flood Insurance Program to private flood insurance by also clicking up here in the corner. In the description below, we've also got a playbook for you on National Flood Insurance Program policies. My name's Chris Green. I want to say thank you for tuning in today's video on Does State Farm offer flood insurance? Thank you.